Tectone says a slur multiple times on stream. What's our good friend Tectone up to?
You talk to them getting weird, but it is insane how like we are no longer called like this is why we need to bring the word back, right? The reason why that is
wasn't enough. Jesus. Also, not for people like you, because you guys actually hate gay people. It hits different. It's not cool when you guys say it. You guys are homophobic as
is because when the internet says we can't say retard, we can't say, you know, any of these words, right? Now creators have gone and said, oh, well, we can't say retard or this other word, so now we're going to call you a pedophile. Now we're going to call you a racist.
What? That was the treadmill? Okay.
Now we're going to call you an abuser. Now we're going to call you a because you took away.
This reminds me of listen, I love him. I have only love for my homies, okay? And I'm sorry that he got banned. But when I got banned, I was the first person on Twitch when they started enforcing the fag word ban, and then I got banned for it. And you know what? I don't even regret it, because it was a Graves jungle who played like shit on my team, and then next game he was an actual fucking god. All right, on the enemy team. That guy was a demon, and I stand by it in the worst way, okay? But not really, not acceptable. Don't do that, guys. But, oh yeah, after I got banned, I was like, oh, so we're banning for slurs now. Okay, well, that's cool, because, you know, we never banned for slurs in the past. And then Mo tweeted out, or no, he didn't tweet out. Mo was talking on stream, and Mo was like, guys, that word is really special to me. That's my word. That was our word. And he got banned for it, too. Because I was like, how can this guy say this shit? And then he got banned. I was hoping to get unbanned, not him get banned. I'm sorry. I love you, Mo. He was talking about you right before that clip. That's why he said the pedo shit. This part in his latest video is about you. Oh, okay.
You're at Starbase.
What is this? Oh my god, I don't have to deal with this cringe shit with my screen anymore if I just look at stuff like this.
All right, so again, our hold point comes up at T-minus 40, not tracking any reason to stop there, so we should see us go right through that.
Guys, 37 seconds.
We are through T-minus 40. We are counting down. We're going to let our flight director, Maciek Batura, take us the rest of the way. 30 seconds, the 10th liftoff of Starship.
You can see the clock on the bottom there.
T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have liftoff.
It didn't even lift off yet.
It's lifting off.
Oh my god,
Look.
This guy's an idiot.
Look at this.
What's this test supposed to do?
Vehicle pitching code range.
Booster chamber pressure nominal.
Here we go. All right, it actually happened.
All right, we're a little over 40 seconds into flight. 33 out of 33 rapid engines.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Getting good call outs, healthy systems on the booster as it starts to pitch over the Gulf.
Why does it have so many boosters? Why not just put one big one? That's so stupid.
Oops, a little too high, man.
All right, we're a little over 1 minute into flight, about to pass through max Q.
Max Q.
All right, so we are through the period of maximum dynamic pressure, max stress on the vehicle as it continues to fly.
What if it had X's painted all over the side? That'd be so fucking sick.
In just over 90 seconds from now. To get ready, the booster will shut down all but 3 of its Raptor engines. The clamps holding the 2 stages together will release, and the Starship second stage ignites its engines. The ship then separates from the Super Heavy booster and heads to space. At the same time, the 3 engines still firing on Super Heavy will flip the booster around. 10 more engines will ignite for the boost back burn, putting the first stage on the path for splashdown in the Gulf. As we mentioned earlier, the hot stage will be jettisoned for this flight, and that should occur just after the boost back burn. So we're about to shut down the first stage and perform hot staging. So let's just watch and listen.
We'll see how this goes, guys. So far, so good. Yeah, one of our viewers mentioned it looks like one of the rockets is out. One of the engines is out on the lower left there, you can see. One of them looks like it's out. Right down here. Good spot by our viewer.
All right, seeing the
Right
engine
down
start to
here.
throttle down.
Lower left.
Miko.
Okay, they throttle down, fine.
Ship ignition.
All right, now we have the separation.
Stage separation.
Stage separation.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Stage separation confirmed. We've got 6 engines running on ship. Booster is doing its boost back burn, continuing now towards its splashdown site in the Gulf.
Ship
We are
Raptor
seeing
chamber
all 6
pressure is
Raptors
nominal.
lit up on ship.
So you have the spaceship and the booster. They're separate now. That's why you have the 2 shots there.
Wow.
You heard them report ship chamber pressures nominal, so that chamber pressure, just that expected thrust level in those Raptor engines on the ship. 3 vacuum optimized,
Ship
3 sea
avionics,
level,
power and
all
telemetry
looking
nominal.
good.
They're not doing a capture of the booster today. They're
There's a
not
view
doing
into
that.
the business end from the ship.
Boost back burn shutdown.
All right, so at this point, we finished our boost back burn, so that was shut down. So that's the first of the 2 burns after a launch that the booster's going to do today. So now it's headed towards the Gulf. It's not going to be quite as an aggressive of a flight down. We relaxed that angle of attack a little bit, but we
That's on
are
the
then going to
left.
be looking for it to do its engine tests for the landing burn, and those are going to be a little unique this time.
Yeah, typically we start with all 13 inner engines lit for that landing
Yikes.
burn and bring that
Big
down
misspeak.
to just the center 3.
Big misspeak.
But one of our
Not
test
good.
objectives for today is to simulate what an engine out situation would look like. So we're going to be intentionally turning off one of those center 3 and instead lighting one of the engines from the middle 10 ring.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, we did
Look
see
at
one
this
of those
shot.
engines
Wow.
in the middle ring shut down during the initial ascent. Oh, looks like we have hot stage jettison. You can see it floating away there to the left of the booster.
That's the booster.
Yeah, we did see one of those middle engines shut down during the ascent. Again, we are resilient to engine out on Super
Starship
Heavy.
flying
That's why we're
nominal
able to get
trajectory.
through our ascent. Starship flying on the expected path. There's still a chance that engine could be back in the mix for the very start of the landing burn, so we'll see if we light up all 13. But we've even done a landing burn at the tower with an engine out, so very resilient. We'll see how it does on its
No, did he really? Oh my God. All right, well, maybe we'll load up the Ethan videos for tomorrow then. If we're gonna run down the pedophile games, Ethan might be the one guy on the internet that I think I can win against just based on all the crazy shit that he said online. Jesus.
That's always rad. You can see the boost plume itself in the background as it was coming in.
Booster landing on water today, not doing the chopstick landing.
Right, about 20 seconds to landing burn.
Did you see the Utah map
Ship Raptor
news?
chamber
Nope.
pressure is nominal.
Unironically, you should sue Ethan Klein. He just lost a few streams. He's made so many insanely defamatory
Alright, here we
statements that
go.
unlike with others, it would be easy to prove damages. It's never easy to prove damages. Although with him, I wouldn't actually have
Looks
to.
like
It'd
we
be
got 12 of those 13.
because it would technically be defamation per
3,
se.
including
But
one of the middle ring.
oh my God,
That is the booster.
Klappa.
Down to 2. Nice little hover.
There you go.
And landing burn shutdown. And into the Gulf. Here we come.
There you go. That seemed to go well for them.
And the booster has splashed down.
Booster splashdown. So now we're looking at the Starship.
Flight for booster today.
Now we are looking at Starship.
Back in space. About 7 minutes into today's flight, ship continuing its ascent burn. This goes until just about 9 minutes into our flight. That ship engine cutoff is slated for 8 minutes and 57 seconds. We are going to see those 3 RVAC, the Raptor vacuum engines. Those are the bigger circles in that little indicator on the bottom right of your screen. Those will shut down first, and we continue burning for a couple seconds longer on those inner 3 before we hit SECO, second engine cutoff.
So far, so good.
Yeah, these views are looking great. Once again, thanks to Starlink for getting us these views. It's just incredible.
Wait, no.
Thanks to John Bernasconi.
We just heard the sound from Booster.
It's like we just got a late boom from the booster.
Thanks to Jay Spike and Dan Fullenwider, too.
Dan who?
Also, Fred Witherow. Thanks, Fred.
Wait, this is not...
Yeah, we have ship engine cutoff coming up here just shortly. And as we mentioned, today's flight test is not an orbital flight, but rather one that demonstrates Starship's orbital capability.
Starship is on terminal guidance.
All right, entering the final phase of this burn. Under 30 seconds to go. All right, shut down the vacuum engines.
The big circles on the lower right you can see shut down now.
Ship engine cutoff.
We shut down those center 3. Successful ship engine cutoff.
SECO, baby. There we go. That's what we want.
Nominal orbit insertion.
That's good so far.
All right, we just heard the call out for nominal orbital insertion.
All right, so ship is in space.
Wow, in space.
There we go. We're seeing the flaps starting to move into a stowed position. That's why it looks like your camera's moving.
Yeah, exciting to see Starship safely in space, and super pumped to see all the team's hard work in action here today. And of course, as guaranteed, it's been an exciting day so far. We successfully lifted off right on time at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Thankfully, our weather was looking good today. Yeah, and booster, we had our soft splashdown in the Gulf, so ship continues on.
Yeah, ship able to complete its ascent burn all the way in. You can see some of the shadows start to creep as it's going to be eventually flying into an orbital nighttime, so we'll see some daylight start to go away. But ship is in orbit, completed its burn, and I mean, that's just the beginning. Now we've got a whole bunch more to go. So we've got some exciting demonstrations planned while we're on orbit. That right there, we just saved the FTS, the flight termination system. That's that automatic flight safety system we have on the vehicle. So that is now turned off while ship starts its coast period.
Shit. Hold on.
We are coming up. Our next milestone is going to be the deployment of those Starlink simulators. We've got some payload inside of Starship that we're hoping to deploy into space for the very first time. That deploy is supposed to start at about 18 minutes and 27 seconds into the flight, so just about 7 minutes from now. That deploy will take place over a couple of minutes. It'll go about 1 satellite a minute, so we'll be spread out over that. It might get a little dark, but we've got a couple of views that we can show you to see that deploy in action.
They're going to deploy
After that, we're also looking
satellites.
to do a relight of a single Raptor engine while we are in space. We've done this once before. This is not necessary to deorbit. as we are in a suborbital trajectory, but this is essentially a chance to test out what we need to be able to do a deorbit burn. So we'll be doing that a little bit later in the flight, about 37 minutes or so into the flight. And then we get into reentry. We're looking to get that light show and, more importantly, get that really critical data about the ship's heat shield.
Yeah, exactly. At about T plus 45 minutes, we'll be heading for reentry. Again, running those experiments with the tiles. We're going to be doing missing tiles, metallic tiles, and also intentionally loading those vehicles' flaps. Hopefully, we'll also see a splashdown in the Indian Ocean today.
Yeah, we were able to get to a reentry last time, but we didn't have full attitude control, so we weren't able to go in, heat shield first the way we're designed to. So we ended up losing contact with the ship before we could make it all the way through. So you still get data, but you're not really getting the data that we want to make sure we're kind of stress testing the vehicle. As Amanda just said, we removed a bunch of tiles, and we do this in some intentionally scary places on the vehicle because we're really looking, are there spots that were vulnerable to this? Before we ever start moving towards, putting ship into a full orbital mission to then do re-entries a little bit later on. So really, really critical to get that data, really looking forward to a controlled re-entry.
Yeah, for sure. As we always say, our main payload is data. But today we also have some actual payload on board, and those simulators that Starship will be deploying, we'll see coming up here in just a few minutes. These are dummy satellites that are about the same size as our V3 Starlinks. We have 8 in the Starship PEZ dispenser and expect to deploy at a rate of about 1 per minute, as Dan mentioned earlier. Starlink is critical in all of our flights on Starship to get our main payload data, as we always say. And in fact, it's Starlink that's currently providing these views you see as Starship cruises a couple hundred kilometers above our home planet and provides real-time telemetry through every phase of flight.
Yeah, we took a peek inside of the Starship payload bay there for a second. So there's 8 of them. They kind of look just big steel plates, essentially. They're roughly the same size as those V3 satellites.
The new Ether video is just literally the Ryan Beer video. Yeah, because he mentioned that video, so I figured he's probably going to pull clips from it. But I guess we can go clip for clip, because there's a ton of shit in the subreddit. We'll probably just work on that. As stupid as this back and forth, I don't even know what we're trying to do right now to prove who the bigger pedophile is, or I don't know, just drop us off at fucking Tomato Town with 100 kindergartners and see who gets more first. I guess, Jesus fuck.
We do get that view inside of the payload bay down to vacuum before we open the door. That was one of the things we ran into on the last flight, as when we had that fuel diffuser fail, the pressure in the nose cone. Yeah,
the only reason why I'm reluctant to get into this, although now I have to, is because I value my edgy demeanor online. And going through a lot of these fucking Ethan clips, okay, he might actually mog the fuck out of me when it comes to making like pedophilia content. So I don't want to be like a fucking poser, okay? You know what I mean? I don't want to be a fucking poser. I might have to step it up. I'm just kidding.
Basically, load we've ever carried. But it's the first one we're going to try and shoot off into space.
First payload deployment that Starship has ever done, coming up with the simulated.
Jesus. I saw like somebody re-uploaded this one. I don't know if I even have the full thing. Why is the YouTube search so bad now? That Boston Bomber video was wild.
All right, so
I was like, bro. And I was like, maybe he thought, I don't know, maybe he thought she was like 25 or something, or 20. I try to be good faith, And then he's like, what did he say? Like, I want to get deep in that juvenile pussy. I'm like, oh my God.
When we were able to make it up into space, and you'll kind of see a lot of that gas rushing out into the vacuum of space. It's the residual that's left over after we've already vented it down. So kind of a cool light show, and then we'll get ready to deploy those payloads out.
Quick thanks to Aegon Cholakian and Cruella and Stephen Wallace.
Aegon!
appreciate everybody watching. Thanks,
And
Zico
as we
B.
mentioned, so we have crossed over now at this point into an orbital nighttime, so views from the outside will get pretty dark, but we'll see what we can see. We do this by design. We've been launching these later in the day here in Texas to try and get daytime views when we
Want to put YouTube chat on screen? Yeah, I'll probably do, I think I'm just going to have like, it'll be YouTube chat, Kick chat, and fucking DG chat. Just all three on the top or something. Or on the bottom left. But I notice now if I have like if I do the more cinematic aspect ratio, I'm just trying to figure out what the exact measurements are. I can trim from the top and bottom and make this a little bit larger on the bottom right.
down, so it's daytime over in the Indian Ocean, where we are currently headed.
Just a few seconds until we expect those payload doors to open.
Thanks.
Do you think the lady doth protest too much with how over the top he's been by slamming you? What, like that he's actually a pedophile or something? No, I don't think so. I don't think any of us are pedophiles. I don't think he thinks I'm a pedophile. That's the most fucking annoying part about it. Jesus.
Zico Beto and Oxytropis on Twitch. Appreciate it. So we're going to see
right,
these.
one more time.
Hey, these.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Supposed to be simulated satellites be deployed. So is the door opening? The bay door opening.
No.
Is the bay door opening?
This thing.
CC says the Pez moment. They're practicing with dummy satellites, simulated satellites, releasing cargo.
So we are currently in payload deploy prep.
Payload deploy prep.
Rough draft. I'm never, ever, ever cutting my camera up like this for my real stream. This is never happening. This is never, ever happening. Jesus Christ, stop.
He just said it's open.
Why not have a talk with him like Hassan did? There's a reason why people don't tend to invite me to argue over shit, okay? If he wants me on to argue it, fuck it, I'll do it. But there's generally these people have to do like the clip battles for a reason.
Right.
But I'll go clip battle with fucking Ethan. Like I said, the guy said a bunch of unhinged shit online before.
It's moving.
There we go.
Something is going out. I guess. Did it happen? It looked like something went out.
Oh my God.
I guess that's it going out right there.
16 by 10? Is that what my current aspect ratio is? I can't tell.
I see things moving.
Been waiting way too long to do that. There we go.
It's 2.4 to 1.
There goes another one.
Oh,
Whatever
I see
that
that's
is.
going out. It just went out. You're seeing it go out to space. There you go. It's like the Pez. It's like Pez.
Super exciting moment as you can hear the energy in both Hawthorne and Starbase. Everyone's super excited for finally getting to deploy some of those simulated satellites.
Hey, thanks, Tristan from Canada. Thank you.
Pez system moving
21.6 by 9? Is that what that means?
There we go.
Ugh.
As we said, we're going to do about one every minute or so. And this is just kind of a dress rehearsal for when we're going to be deploying the V3 satellites. And these are just a massive increase.
Massive
to
increase.
Starlink's capability. Each
in
one
payload,
of them
guys.
It's 60 terabits per second of
60
capacity.
terabits per second, guys.
The network per launch. That's 20 times more than what we're adding with every single Falcon 9 launch today.
Oh, there's another one. Look at that. Zoom.
Step increase in capability.
Oh my God.
There goes another one.
Oh wait, are these satellites that they're deploying? Is that what this is?
Did it actually make it out? Did it go out? I couldn't see it. I see something coming. Maybe it's already out.
Oh, dummy cargo.
All right, so as we said, we've got 8 total that we're going to go through today. It's about
I heard that if they're able to launch all of the satellites in like 10 more launches, they're going to have finally enough bandwidth on satellites for full self-drive on the Teslas. You guys excited?
There it goes. You just saw it go out. So I guess 4 more. This is the first time they've ever done this with Starship. Deploy this payload. Thank you, Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Quick. It's a big milestone for them. I think they've done 4 of the 8 so far.
All right, so we're about halfway through when we actually start launching the V3 Starlinks on Starship. We're going to be flying about 60 each time, so it'll be about an hour to get through a full stack. But
here's
again,
another one.
It's just going to be a massive increase in the amount of bandwidth. It's going to enable gigabit upload download for people with Starlink, anywhere on the planet. And for us, Starlink is just a tremendous part of just the Starship flight test program.
Yeah, absolutely. Always getting us that data, and yeah, the amazing views we have on the vehicle today.
They say this is going to really...
Yeah, views brought to you by Starlink of us deploying Starlink simulators before we deploy actual Starlinks. How deep
they
does
say
it go?
eventually...
All right, another one firing out.
Eventually, by using Starship to deploy actual satellites like this, they say they will get Starlink to gigabit upload download. Gigabit upload download, they say.
Pez looking smooth today.
2 more, I think.
Okay. So 800. Figuring this out. Hold on. I'm doing so much math right now for these sizes. Transform, edit.
I believe those simulator satellites are supposed to disintegrate or break up in re-entry, I think. There's the last one. Wow, they did it.
13,
Worked well.
Nope, that's not right.
All right, looks like we've got 1 left.
Almost there.
Oh, no.
Or that what? That is that the last one?
Yeah, there you go. 1 remaining, so 7 of the 8 have been deployed. 1 more to go. And then we will have completed our first ever payload deploy operation.
Can I just
Just a reminder, we're on a suborbital trajectory. These satellites on that exact same suborbital trajectory, they're going to burn up entirely and are on that same trajectory towards the Indian Ocean. So the last one has been deployed. Starlink simulator payload complete. Heck yeah, everybody.
He just said they'll burn up.
Loving the energy from Starbase and Hawthorne.
Those simulated satellites will burn
there.
up.
Yeah, now it's empty. Looking a little lonely, but
successfully deployed all the simulated satellites.
Really, really cool to see them all out there. Again, people that have followed know Starlink's really critical for the Starship program, in addition to getting all those views back from the cameras on Starship, which this is an external view. As I said, it's dark outside right now. The lights are off, so it's going to be hard to make stuff out. But in a little while, the sun's going to start coming up as we get to re-entry, which is going to be really critical. We use Starlink for Starship data. Cameras also use it on the cameras that we use to bring you views of these launches, and also hopefully of the re-entry and splashdown. We'll see what we get from the Indian Ocean today. And that's just kind of how it all comes together. Like, we're using Starlink on the planet, off the planet. And with Starship, we actually get pretty insane. If you're in the space industry, bandwidth to space is usually pretty minimal. We get about 120 megabits per second. That's split between our high definition video and real-time telemetry. We get that every phase of flight, including re-entry. So it's not just giving us views of re-entry, but we're getting all of that engineering data in real time.
In real
through
time,
phases
guys.
that it used to be impossible to get that in real time. So just really incredible.
Yeah, Starlink definitely affords us all this capability. And reminder, it's the world's largest satellite constellation operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet. This provides internet access to people all around the world, many of whom had never had connectivity before. Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets with over 6 million active customers and counting.
Wow.
To meet the growing...
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to make this fit mathematically. Okay, my whole canvas is... it should be... 3840 by 2160, I believe. This camera up here is initially, it's 1280 by 720, but I've cropped 140 pixels from the top and bottom, I believe, right? Transform, edit. Yeah, okay. So I'm cropping 140 from the top and bottom to get rid of the black bars. Whoops. 140 from the top and 140 from the bottom. So then, if this is 1280 by 720, and I'm cropping 140 from the top and bottom, then it would be 720 minus 240, right? This is 1280. It should be 720 minus, no, I mean 280, I'm sorry. So this should be 1280 by 440. And then this down here, it should be 2160. It's 2160 minus 440. Should be 1720 down here. 1720. But why does 1720 look too large? It's too big. What am I missing? What am I not doing the math correctly on? Because it should be 1720 plus 440 equals 2160, right? 1720 plus 440 equals 2160. It's the Windows bar. All of that is included in the size of this window. Fuckhead. Reset. Okay, the size is 3840 horizontal, 2160 vertical. If I cut this to 1720, why does it seem to go up more? Are the elements actually to scale? OBS does a thing where it's not. Yeah, I have it. I'm looking at the transforms directly. 2160 to 1720. 1720 divided by 2160 is some crazy number times 3840 is 3058. About. I just don't understand how this is. I wonder if when you're trimming, maybe it's just not trimming in the way that I expect it to be trimming. Resolution is, oh. Oh, it's not. I know what it's doing. It's doing 140 and 140. It's trimming that from the 1920 by 1080. So I would have to do what is the ratio of 1920 by 1080 to 1280 by 720? 1920 by 1080. So 720 divided by 1080 is that weird number. And then I multiply that by 280. That's actually what's being taken away is 186.666. Okay, and then minus 2160 is this number, 1973. Wait, that's an even bigger number than I had before. No, wait, I did the conversion wrong. Wait, just ignore everything I'm saying. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Actually, okay, reset. This. Transform. Reset. Okay. Right click. Transform. Edit. 1920 by 1080. If we take off 140 from the top, 140 from the bottom. Okay. And then this is going to go to 1280 by 720, right? But it's not actually 720. It's 1080 divided by 720. It's a 720 divided by 1080. Oh my God. Okay, it's a 2/3 reduction in size. Okay. 1280 by 720. Okay, so it's this number. Hold on. What did I say? 0.66. Okay, so 1080 minus 280 times, I need 2/3 of 800 is 1200. 1200 minus 2160 is 960. Is that correct? Please just make this fit. 960. No! Wrong one. By 720. Close this. Right click. Transform. Edit. 960? There's no shot that's going to be correct. What am I even thinking? I'm just full on fucking retarded. I don't even know what the fuck I don't know what I'm even doing the math for. I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, stop. Walking through this piece by piece. Reset. Control R. Okay. This window. My camera window. Transform. Edit. The size right now, it says 1280 by 720, but the 720 is not correct because I've reduced the height by 280, but I didn't reduce it of 280 from 720. I reduced it of 280 by 1080. So 1080 divided by 720 is 1.5. So I need to do 280 divided by 1.5. So I've actually reduced it by 187. So this minus 720 should give me the actual height of this box. Okay. This should be, stop, about 533, approximately. Okay. 2160 minus 533 will give me 1627. So hopefully if I come over here and I go 1627, yes, that is the correct height. Okay. Okay, that's what I needed. Jesus fucking Christ. So 1280 by 533 equals let's say we make this for evenness 1630. Can I just, why won't this thing calculate one thing? I don't even know what this ratio calculator. This thing's not helping me. Ethan challenged you to watch the video he made on stream. Are you going to? Are you moving on? No, I'm doing it on stream. Why the fuck would I watch something he made on or he made off stream with preparation? Why would I watch that on stream and then sit here and have to dig through all the whatever videos and clips or whatever the fuck he is talking about in the background? It's fucking retarded. Okay, 1630. Would you talk to him while you're both live? If you wanted to, I would, yeah. I don't think you'll want to, though. Okay. 16 by 9. Do you think he's trying to sue you? No, why the fuck? If anybody sues anybody, it would be me suing him. Why the fuck would he sue me? He's fucking retarded. Okay. 1627 divided by 9 times 16. 1627 divided by 9 times 16 is an ugly fucking number. 1630, what about that? 30 divided by 9? No. What's the nearest common factor? Is there like a shortcut for figuring that out? 1640 divided by 9. 1600, 900 from 1600 is 700. 700, and how do you get from there to... Um, 630 from 700 is 70, and then from 9, there's no, I don't even know what I'm, oh. Okay, so if I add 2, will it work? 1629 by 9. Yes. Okay. 1629 by 9. 1629 by 9. 181 times 16 is 2896. Okay. There. That's fine. Jesus fuck. Holy Christ. Did I ever buy Cracker Barrel stock? No, why? Are they collapsing?
Global demand.
Okay, fuck these guys. They're reverting their logo? Nice. Leftists are not our team. They're just as bad as Mega Based. Oh no, not the grok. Not the grok weaponization. Gavin Newsom. Do people with dementia repeat false things over and over again? Yes, people with dementia can repeat false statements or beliefs. A behavior often linked to memory impairments and cognitive changes. Based. Yes, make it a crime to burn the American flag. Desecration of the gay pride flag is already prosecuted as a hate crime in this country. That's not true, by the way, but okay. We don't, there aren't, there's not like hate speech. Or for hate crime, it has to be like you're committing one crime and then you're doing something that's like discriminatory, hateful on top of the crime. But just like being hateful, there's no like hate speech laws in the U.S. or whatever. People keep making this assumption. I know why. Hodge tries to watch Asmongold.
Administration to meme like that. From? Oh, I don't know about that one. Maybe. Don't never put it past this administration to meme like that, I guess.
To those charges. If he doesn't accept that offer.
Somebody in his chat goes, good thing he fucked around and found out. He fucked around fleeing a gang in El Salvador? That's fucking around?
He could be taken to Uganda.
Uganda's on the table. We'll see. I mean, you know, we.
True. It's true. It's true.
The DOJ's, you know, our immigration attorneys and the judges
going to Uganda. They're sending them to Africa.
And we'll see what happens. But,
shit.
Uganda's on the table. We have an agreement with them. It's on the table. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Abrego Garcia became the focus of critics of the president's illegal immigration crackdown after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. The governor of Maryland,
that wasn't a mistake.
Abrego Garcia, has lived in recent years.
Well, we live in the fucking stupidest country on the planet.
True.
Listen, I love this country, but we're fucking stupid.
True.
There's a lot of fucking stupid people in this country. Maybe America was a mistake. We don't know.
We're figuring it out. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know if I can keep watching this. It's just
it's hard.
Bottom of the barrel.
It's a hard one. Hold on. I have to write up something for Gemzar to make this shit work. Trump doesn't read his executive orders. He doesn't know what he's signing. Yeah, I think... Did we watch some of this yesterday? He's just like, oh, what is this? It's actually so crazy. None of it matters. None of it matters. If you need a new controller, the Easy SMX X20 is... I already got the PS5 one. It should be tomorrow morning. Unless I have one in my closet, but... Yes, yes. Okay. I'll just do... It'll be like over here. And then... Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Wait. This did not work. Oh, wait, it does. Okay. There. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Good news, federal government actually doesn't control grocery or drug prices at all, according to a Republican congressman.
Well, no, I had a couple of related questions. One is I've heard President Trump say more than once that he has lowered drug prices by 1,500%. I'm not sure how that works. And the other is, can you tell me what specific bills we've passed or worked on that would lower grocery prices?
Yeah. Well, ma'am, you're talking about things relative to state level. And so you're mixing federal and state. In terms of if you look at what the 18 enumerated powers say, the 18 enumerated powers that when every member of Congress holds up their hand and swears an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. And most people who run for Congress don't know those 18 enumerated powers. And they don't know the 10th Amendment that says the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states or their people respectively. And so what I'm saying to you is Oklahoma, if you want to have that conversation about grocery taxes, they've been having that conversation. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, but relative to constitutional authority and the way that I have my staff analyze things, what we're allowed to do, okay, what we're allowed to do is it has to be under the framework. We are given tax status, but tell me the federal tax right now on groceries.
It's 0.
So what I'm saying is state. You're talking about state. Who's next?
Nice. How does Tectone get unbanned all the time? Wait, did he already get unbanned? Apparently he got banned for that clip we watched earlier. We're not watching this. I watched a little bit of this, though. Did she say mural or did she say painting? Oh my god, bro, this was wild. I was listening to this while I was building my desk today.
Factor, retirees, it's been so important because they all touch the Department of Labor, and I have the opportunity to work with every single one. If you all haven't stopped by the Department of Labor, Mr. President, I invite you to see your big, beautiful face on a banner in front of the Department of Labor, because you are really the transformational president of the American worker, along with the American flag and President Roosevelt, because we're bringing business and labor together. And I was so honored to unveil that yesterday, and everybody is taking note of that.
Definitely not North Korean-esque. God, just pray. We're just so lucky that Trump is so fucking old, okay? My God, imagine if he came in like this at age 60. Whew. We would have been in for a rough time. I will say, nothing matters anymore. Literally nothing matters. Nothing matters, nothing matters. Nothing matters anymore, okay? Nothing matters anymore, but every single part of this administration has just been so fucking ironic. Like the Signal leaks are so much worse than the Hillary email stuff, but no one cares. The lying about Trump's health shit is so much worse than supposedly people lied about Biden's senility. Him having people explain executive orders to him while he's using and not using an auto pen, but he has no idea what he's signing. The whole Biden is going to weaponize the military and Trump is sending the National Guard everywhere. There's like thing after the weaponization of the DOJ, and then like the Eric Adams and the targeted executive order shit. There's thing after thing after thing. The ultimate meme will be if Trump dies in office, knowing that one of the biggest arguments against Biden was supposed to be his health. If Trump can't make it through, that it would just be the ultimate like nothing, literally nothing fucking matters.
and I invoked favored nations. I said, I want to pay the same as they're paying. And Bobby Kennedy is doing a good job, and Dr. Oz is doing a good job. And I asked them, I mean, other than the basics that they're doing on autism, another thing, which we've got to solve that problem because it's crazy what's happening, it's out of hand. But this is the most important thing that can be done, is favored nations, Bobby. And we're not talking about a 25% cut or 50, we're talking about a 1,500% cut.
All right, what's up?
Hey, real quick, I heard you saying like nothing matters anymore.
I'm just saying in terms of how hypocritical like all of these guys are. Like the Republicans are just so. Like,
yeah. No, I hear you on that, and I want to get your perspective on this. Whenever I see people saying nothing matters and things like that, it reminds me of whenever men's rights associations were like really big on the internet, and they're like, men have problems, no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a discussion where there was like, oh, why are there so many women's shelters but there's no men's shelters, right, for homeless women? And if you looked into it, it was because women gave a shit.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, because women gave a shit about homeless women and set up shelters for homeless women. But men didn't really give a shit about homeless men and set up shelters for homeless men. Like, there's nothing stopping anybody from opening a shelter for homeless men. It's just that men don't give a shit about homeless men, so they didn't open them. And then whenever I look at like all the stuff that the Democrats were was really bad, and like, oh, Hillary's emails and these things, like I wasn't following politics a whole lot back then, but like, how much in your mind did Democrats care about Hillary's emails? Like, were top Democrat figures, Democrat news?
Well, I mean, eventually we had to care about it because no, but the Republicans always. This is what I mean when I say they set the agenda. The Republicans made everybody care about it, right? Like, how many people do you know in your life personally? You said you have a good mix of friends? Do you have a lot of Democrat friends or liberal friends?
Yeah, I've got all sorts. Yeah.
How many people in your real life did you know that were mad about the Sydney Sweeney thing? How many liberals?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, none.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one of these people. But like, that became the narrative online because Republicans said that so many liberals were getting triggered on it. I don't even know. At some point, I was like, oh shit, okay, well, we got to fight against this. But like, I don't even know any liberals that were getting triggered. I don't think anybody gave a fuck. It was literally just right-leaning people that were trying to say that left-leaning people cared about it. And then eventually left-leaning people, I guess some cared about it or whatever. But like, by and large, like, nobody gave a fuck. But same thing with the Hillary email shit was just so stupid. But eventually you're asked to like disavow. And then some, I'm trying to think of like, I'm sure somebody talked about it, top Democrats, but I mean the whole country cared about it. We heard more about Hillary's emails than I think any other single fucking story in the entire election cycle.
Well, see, and like I think that's kind of where I'm coming at, where it's like I feel like whenever something bad happens that the Republicans can use, it's not just that they have like this top-down structure that you've talked about before. It's that they care a lot about making sure to get the maximum amount of damage out of it. And I feel like with Democrats, not only is there like the issue in the news cycle that's been discussed on stream, it feels like that kind of like not just revealing the harm, but then taking the knife and twisting it and being like, we are going to make sure this hurts as hard as possible. I agree that like Trump is like rapid firing things, so it's hard to like keep up with everything. But like, I feel like whenever you say people don't care, I think you're right that Republicans don't care. But to me, it feels also like Democrats don't care enough about exploiting these things as much as possible, and as hard as possible, right? Like that. I think that's where some frustration.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, that's part of the. Okay. It played into Ethan and Mai's thing on Hassan. It plays into the Trump Gavin Newsom thing that people are going to have to figure out eventually. But what happens with these people is, if you accuse them of anything, they go yeah, and then they just move on to the next thing, and then they attack. And at some point, you're mind fucked because you're like, okay, well, fuck. I think do we have to respond to something? And then what happens is because of that system over and over again, Democrats are on defense constantly. But Gavin Newsom is the first person who's finally changed this up into just kind of like being unhinged and like always attack. And now you're starting to see Republicans crying like, oh, well, this account is not professional and I can't believe he's doing all this stuff. Now that we're finally setting the media narrative, the media agenda for the other side to discuss, you know? But yeah, Democrats have had a large, because the problem is that it's that stupid Sartor whatever quote where he's like, only you are obliged to play reasonably, but the anti-Semite doesn't care about that, and he knows that. Like, the Republicans know they have no values. They know they don't give a fuck. They know they're hypocrites, but that's why they're always attacking constantly, and it's just so effective for them. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I think, but also like whenever I'm around like Fox News people, like people that watch Fox News and stuff, is like, to me, it feels like they are watching a narrative that just like is winding them up. And I feel like there's this kind of like building to the attack on the Democrats where like, I feel like the Sydney Sweeney thing, I saw Republicans getting mad at it for like a day or two, maybe more, before I really saw them then try and bring it to the liberals, right? It's kind of this thing where like I feel like there's this kind of like proving ground of just.
Well,
like,
what are they even getting mad about though? Right? There's nobody to get mad at. No one gave a fuck.
They're. I'm just saying like the Republicans are winding their base up a lot about these things, and then coming to the Democrats, and they've got these people that are so angry and so loud already that then the Democrats are like, oh fuck, these people are like, that's like kind of where the response comes from. And so whenever I see Democrats where they're just like, I don't really see that same kind of energy where they're like, we need to get the base wound up about this. It's like I'm seeing a guy in a suit on a screen try to like hold a politician accountable for something.
Well, yeah, because I think that's
I think it's a very different energy.
Well, the reason why I think is because of what I said earlier is because Democrats are always on defense. They're always having to answer for, well, why are we triggered about Sydney Sweeney? Why are we trying to get the Cracker Barrel thing changed? Why are we trying to do, ABCDEFG? Why are we trying to do this? Whatever the Republicans are saying the Democrats are doing, that's the issue. And so if you're constantly on defense all the time, you don't even have time to get your people wound up. You're constantly playing defense, trying to fight off every single accusation from the right and from the far left.
Sure, but then like whenever I'm looking at like things that like should make people angry, it's kind of this thing like where guys just don't care about homeless men. That's why there's no homeless shelters. It's like, do Democrat voters care enough to get wound up about this? Like I just don't know if like to me it feels like you can bring this stuff to the Democratic base, but people just don't get wound up as much, as intensely as the people on the right.
I think they could. I think it's literally just. I think it's what I said before. I think they can get wound up on it. You just have to pick a thing, and you have to be aggressively and offensively pointed at it. Republicans can get people wound up about literally fucking anything they want. They just have to start spamming the media about it. But we don't have time to get people wound up about anything because we're constantly in receiving and responding mode. Like, oh God, what are the Republicans accusing us now? We have to go and fight on that ground. And as long as they're setting the agenda, of course, there's no way to get mad about any particular thing or to fix any particular thing. And then also, like, if that media environment is played out to some extent, like over time, like that's going to leave some long-term psychological damage and scarring too, right? Where, people do think, oh, both parties must be the same, and the Democrats really did fuck all this stuff up, and Russiagate was horrible, and the COVID lockdowns were horrible, and the freedom of speech was horrible, and like because they believe it after time,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. It really reminds me a lot of kind of this guy. I don't know if you've heard of him in your chat, called Ren Lux, where he just does this fucked up shit. And I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's just so, no, I don't know about any of that drama. I just actually ran into it. But whenever I'm looking at then people that whenever they're engaging with it and they like, that thing where like people they enjoy their anger, they like revel in their anger and things like that, where I don't know if I see that in the Democrats either, right? Like even with this Gavin Newsom thing, it is like truly an ironic action, I feel like, where like I think people are only enjoying the anger and the like kind of the fighting against the Republicans such that like it is a cathartic kind of feeling of like finally punching back. But I worry that the steam is going to come out of it because I don't know if that kind of anger can be maintained on the left.
Maybe,
on the Democrat side.
But one of the really important things to keep in mind is really hard to see opportunity cost. So, for instance, if you do a particular thing, then maybe it seems, so for instance, like playing basketball, after school probably keeps kids from selling drugs. Not because basketball has some magical warding power away from doing drugs or selling drugs or buying drugs, because if you're doing one thing, you're not doing another thing, right? Devil's, what is it? Idle hands are the devil's plaything. If Republicans are getting triggered about Gavin Newsom and his tweets, right, every microsecond that they spend talking about that is another second away from them blaming some trans person or some illegal immigrant for some murder, or talking about another Russiagate hoax, or doing some other thing. So even when the stuff kind of seems inconsequential, I think this is why Republicans have dominated the media environment for so much of the last decade, is even when the shit seems inconsequential, like what dominated the news cycles for the past fucking decade? It was the fucking apparently only one person in all of human history has died to an illegal immigrant, Laken Riley. It was the stupid the trans swimmer girl, and that Riley Gaines, the 5th place one, who turned this into a whole fucking career. The ivermectin hydroxy, like it's always them setting the agenda. Even if you quote unquote win, you're winning on on your home territory, right? You're not attacking and winning there. You're defending successfully, and you can't win a fight. Even if you have two of the biggest shields in the world, unless it's Dark Souls, right? You're not going to win that fight. You have to be able to attack at some point, and yeah, that's why even when Republicans' attacks miss, it's still fine because they're in the attacking mode and you're in the defending mode. So so I think it's good. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, more Republicans need to be defending, and more Democrats need to be attacking, and I think they're starting to fall in line and follow suit with that. So we'll see.
Last thing before I head out. Do you think that whenever I look at I think Gavin's really strong because he's kind of this lone figure with a Democratic support, and he's attacking really strong. And when I look on the right, I feel like for a long time that was kind of what Trump was. And I see people now I think everybody that's trying to in the past, everybody that's tried to mimic him and use his energy in the same way have all not really succeeded, or at least just kind of feel like a cheap pretender. Do you think we should have 10 Gavin Newsoms out there, or should we have one strong Gavin Newsom? Rest of the Democrats are supporting him and doing the kind of they're anti-Republican, but letting him lead the charge on that. How do you feel about that kind of strategy?
So I don't know how coordinated they're on the right. They're quite coordinated. I don't know how coordinated, but they're quite coordinated. One of the things that Charlie Kirk said was winning on 80-20 issues. I think he called them 80-20 issues. If there are things where your party is just clearly ahead and you have a coordinated media apparatus, you just press that button over and over and over again. So things like the crazy trans stuff or things like immigration or inflation, if everybody in your party is pushing that button constantly, then all you do is you just amplify and echo every message coming from every other person. So if there's an issue that we think that we're better on, like maybe something related to healthcare, or maybe something related to funding, climate change, energy, infrastructure bill, or whatever, money for cities to rebuild shit, right? That's a thing that every single person should just be pushing the button on over and over again, and everybody else needs to be amplifying and echoing that attack. The problem is just that on the left, it's all a bunch of backstabbing, self-criticism stuff over and over again, and then it's just responding to Republican attacks, so you don't even have a chance to put anything out there. So I don't think it matters if Gavin is the only guy doing it. I mean, ideally, if you have 10 people doing it, there just has to be this greater resonating force between your top and bottom of your media cycle, rather than the arrhythmic fucking heart that's just spasming all over the place and getting nothing done, right? The Republicans are always lockstep on everything. Again, even if somebody fucks up, every single Republican is going to carry water for him. Look at how quickly all of them basically decided to move on from the Epstein stuff. We all said that. We said there's a million deal breakers, but everybody's oh, well, this is the thing. I even remember arguing panels on this 2 weeks ago when people said I was too mean, and they were no, the Epstein stuff's going to bury him. It's nah, they don't give a fuck because they all moved on from it, and they all agreed to move on from it. That's the important thing.
Okay. Yeah,
but imagine how fucked the Republicans would be right now, if Charlie Kirk or if Fox News or if the big alternative media people, imagine if they were still pushing hard on the Epstein stuff. The Republican Party would start to look pretty weak. It would look bad. There would be a lot of continuity. But the only people pushing on it are these kind of outer perimeter figures that aren't really cleanly aligned with the party, like Fuentes or Candace Owens. Everybody else has agreed to move on,
Yeah. So then you don't think it's a sense of okay, these are all things added on, and at a certain I don't think this, but I've heard people say well, the Epstein thing's really bad and this stuff's really bad, and each one they're slowly bleeding people, and eventually it's going to be too much, and then it's going to all fall apart. Mm-hmm. You think that the people that are I can't like Rob Knorr, I think, posted something where he's well, I'm no longer a Trump supporter because Trump said he doesn't want people that believe in the Epstein files to support him, so I guess I'm no longer a Trump supporter. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is that true? Is he actually no longer a Trump supporter? I know he said that a long time ago.
Something like that. Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back to it. So you think it's people are making their public statements about actually I'm a morally principled person, but then later just come back and support Trump anyways?
I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say. Rob is that's a very online political person, so maybe he might be a little bit atypical. But I mean, I do think that Trump has caused damage to his movement. It's not as much as I'd like to see, obviously, but he has caused damage to it. We'll see, I guess, in a few weeks. Or, I'm sorry, in a few months, I guess, come midterms or whatever, yeah. Keep in mind, too, that Rob has an easy out since Trump can't run again. Rob is still going to vote, down the line Republican, no matter what.
He shouldn't run again, I agree.
Yeah, he's old as fuck, but we'll see.
Oh, God. Yeah, all right, well, I'll stop avoiding putting my time in. Have a good night, man.
I love you, be careful, bye.
Me too.
Because people go to Europe to buy drugs, and they come back with drugs, prescription drugs, normal, I don't mean the bad drugs, I mean prescription drugs, because you can buy them for 10%, 15%, 20% of what. So they're going to go up in price. And I told the countries, and I get along good with all of them. I mean, you could ask any I get along good with all of them. But I said, I told them, you're going to go up a little bit because it's the world. It's the world. So more people in the world than we have. We're going to go down a lot. and they're going to go up a little. And it's called equalization. We're going to have equalization. So we pay the same price as the lowest drug sold anywhere in the world. And I think, Bobby, that's going to happen pretty soon. The companies are ready for it.
Wait, I thought you had an autism thing in here. Justin, you think midterms are in a few months? Yes. Midterms are next November, right?
Interventions now that are clearly almost.
And some of the countries. That's great, Bobby. Bobby, autism, if I could just, I don't want to go too long because we have a lot of people, but the autism is such a tremendous horror show, what's happening in our country and some other countries, but mostly our country. How are you doing on that?
We are doing very well. We will have announcements as promised in September. We're finding certain interventions now that are clearly, almost certainly causing autism. And we're going to be able to address those in September.
It's such a big day. I'm looking forward to that day because there's something wrong when you see the kind of numbers that you have today versus 20 years ago. And
the sad thing is, don't get like super mindfucked by this. There probably are, I feel like I read that list, some kind of environmental things that might be causing a higher degree of autism. It's just probably not vaccines. I don't think there's ever been good, I don't think there's ever been good evidence presented ever of that. So it's just like, it might be an issue that's worth looking into, but we can't because we're fixated on fucking vaccines, I guess.
Those numbers, what are those numbers, Bob?
Well, in 1970, the biggest epidemiological study in history was done in Wisconsin. They looked at 900,000 children, and they were looking for autism. They knew what it looked like, and they were very, very precise about it, and they found an incident rate of 0.7, in other words, less than 1 per every 10,000 children. Today, our most recent numbers are 1 every 31 kids. It's probably actually much worse than that because California, which has the best collection system, is reporting 1 out of every 19 children, now American children, has autism, 1 in every 12.5 boys. So it's gone from less than 1 in 10,000 in 1970 to 1 in 12.5 boys today.
Those numbers. So there has to be something artificially causing this, meaning a drug or something. And I know you're looking very strongly at different things, and I hope you can come out with that as soon as possible.
We will.
Yeah, we'll see.
But the city of Chicago has had a chance to vote for Donald Trump 3 times, and he lost by 80% each of the 3 times that he was on the ballot. I think if Donald Trump wants to get involved heavily in issues somewhere else, he should go look at red states, because Donald Trump doesn't have any urgency to deal with Louisiana, which is the murder capital of the United States. He doesn't have anything to say about Oklahoma, which has the worst schools in the nation. Doesn't have anything to say about Arkansas,
Mike,
which has the highest crime rate.
those are crime-ridden too. Those are crime-ridden too, and if the mayor
when's
wants
Donald Trump
to invite
do
Donald
something
Trump
about the
to
crime
go in
rate
there
that's
and do
happening
it.
in Republican
Chicago's a little bigger than Baton Rouge, Mike, okay? And you live in Chicago, and you should care. Did you hear my friend out there in the monologue talking about her cousin, her uncle, her niece? They're all dead, Mike. Do you care?
All of them? What does she have, like a family of assassins? What the fuck?
About that at all? Your
I
mayor
care about
doesn't
that.
care. Your mayor doesn't want any backup. They're offering them more cops, more guns.
Why do they all act like all autism is the same? There's varying severities. Not all autistic people are the same. I honestly think I would have to read more. I need to read an article on that. Does Scott Alexander have something? I don't know why it's called autism spectrum disease or autism spectrum disorder, because there are so many different types of autism that I don't know why they would be considered even in the same category of the thing, right? Like a guy who has like light Asperger's, you might not even realize has autism, versus people that literally can't even make eye contact and they just stare straight ahead, versus like people who are like flailing and trying to kill people around them because they're so out of control are all considered like ASD. I don't know. I just feel like it's crazy that all of it is considered the same disease, or they don't have like a different name for different things.
They're offering them more cops, more guard, and he says, no, more housing. What the hell's wrong with him?
Hey, listen, I care about the crime that happens in Chicago, but I also care about making sure that people feel safe. And I know that I'm not going to feel safe in my city if when I take my son to school, I have to drive by a tank. I know I'm not going to feel safe if when I take him to a ball game, I'm...
You don't like Trump tanks?
I'm going to see armed military members.
Okay, does that scare you to see a tank,
Jesse,
Mike?
can I finish my point?
Does that scare you?
Jesse.
I'd be more scared of strays, but go ahead.
Is that everyone? It's that everyone is on the spectrum. It's by return made a huge comeback. Well, yeah, but like, why even? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like disease names are like when they just call it all the same thing. It's more confusing than not. What did we see this happen in real time? When did Trump learn about the whales? Why does he care so much about the whales? Was this on a Joe Rogan episode?
Energy. I've been representing commercial fishermen for 40 years. They are so excited about what you're doing, Mr. President, because their fisheries are being wiped out. As soon as they begin construction, the groundfish fisheries just disappear. The fish leave the area. They've killed 160 whales in the last 2 years. So they're wiping out the whale population, the Atlantic whale population, the big whales, the minkies, the gray whale, or the humpback whales, the right whales. And you are going to save the whales on the East Coast because of this. And you're going to save these economies that are based upon commercial fishing. I'll say one other thing about fishing.
Like, is it really the case that windmills kill more whales than, like, oil rigs? Not to be, I like fossil fuels still. I think it's good to do it. But what is that one movie, Deep Oil Horizon or whatever, or Deep whatever the fuck? Like, don't these things explode and have accidents and shit sometimes that kill things? Like, does that not happen? Are the whales immune from that, from the oil rig damage? Or just from fishermen? Yeah.
Yesterday.
Jesus. Ethan desperately tries to get his crew to engage. Oh, because it's about Hassan.
Right? It's under.
Jesus. Oh, I played 5 Brian Tyler Cohen videos earlier today, guys. True. Listen, I have it downloaded. I've got the DLC even. Okay, it's here. All right. They would say based. The Deepwater Horizon spill was caused by windmill-induced deep water currents ripping apart the borehole, though. Is that true? Yes, sure. Did you order a controller? Yeah, it's here tomorrow morning.
This guy's insane. Oh, I dare you. Fucker, I dare you.
YouTube, angry Korean gamer almost kills a friend during a stream. Oh no. This shit is fucked up. What platform were they streaming on? Is this Twitch or? Wait, 30 seconds? Is that the... Why? Why would you ever do this? Why would you ever do this? Okay, I don't think I can watch this. Jesus. It's a YouTube video? That's wild. That's crazy. He's trying to test the Epstein theory, maybe, and see where the bruises are when the guy dies. Kick faces a $49 million fine after French streamer Jean Pormenove dies on air. Could be hit with a penalty. Okay, so this... Australia is investigating. Twitch isn't in Korea, remember, Doric? What, you don't think Koreans could stream anywhere but in Korea?
The tattoos in the though, you know, it tracks. The tattoos in the gold tooth attract a lot of hate from basically. I need to come up with another word to describe it because I hate to necessarily lump them all together, but I essentially just want to say the incel community. because there's something about it, incel, that I feel like properly describes a group of people that have not discovered self-expression. And they're like nervous about being like too performative and being like, I don't know, being themselves. Hit me up to fix your bitrate. I might do that. But those are the ones that seem to be like hella attracted to the idea of like my tattoos being the worst thing ever or my gold tooth being a problem. Everyone else just, you know, it's a cool little accoutrement that, you know, 99% of the time isn't even worth talking about. They hate it because you look cool. Okay. Well, I think it does go a little bit deeper than that. I just think they haven't like fucking... I would venture to guess that a lot of these people who hate on tattoos or whatever, they literally haven't gotten to the point where they can do different self-expression with their clothes, let alone their skin.
Okay. Jesus. Stop, no! Twitch's viewership takes a massive hit after cracking down on viewbots. Isn't all the viewership back to normal? Like after one day, they figured it out again. I mean, all the viewers came back again.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me turn it off.
Why?
What the fuck? It's broken.
Hey, stop!
What?
No, this is not okay.
What happened?
What happened is this guy right here just soaked me and her.
Oh yeah,
It's not okay.
I just seen him right now. That he's in a mess.
Stay here with mommy and pay attention. Do you understand? When you're going back in the you have their
Oh no,
this is my expensive equipment.
Yeah?
I walk around and I journal everything.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call the police because I don't approve this.
No, but I'm not. Whoa.
No, get away from me. No, I don't care. Get away. Get away.
Why would you try to apologize?
That's not my friend. I told you he's sick.
I feel like if it's still not okay, but if you wanted to do pranks like this, like you should at least have like $500 to give the person after you spray them down or something. Like otherwise, how do you expect people to not just call the cops on you? You're literally just fucking this person's day up. What the fuck?
This guy just soaked me with a hose, please.
Me?
No. They're doing YouTube videos. I'm hearing somebody just soaked me with a hose.
This is assault, is it not? Pretty sure it is.
I told you a long time ago, go. And inside the Home Depot, he actually just was like...
He didn't see you, ma'am.
No, he did see me.
No, I didn't see
he
you.
got me, and they were recording on a...
No, he didn't see you, baby.
Yeah. 125-055.
Did anything happen? Did they get arrested? Allegedly the fastest cat in all of Indonesia. How do they know? Do they have cat races? I feel like you can't just claim that title. Wait. He wasn't even that fast. The white cat was like faster than him, kind of. And then he chills. I don't think that cat's that fast. He does have a very mean looking expression though, which I approve of. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Look at that. Oh my god. I was almost turned into a statistic today. If anyone can make out the license plate, please let me know. You know, like if you survive, you're a statistic too, right? Just in the other direction. Now that's a fast boy. Damn. Jesus. What happened? Did she make way less money streaming now? Why did Extra Emily get a different car? I'm just kidding. Jokes. Nice.
Hey, yo. Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
Streamer found out that she can't go through doors.
And you feel like, maybe chat, it's time to go for a swim.
Ah!
Did I fucking walk into... It's time to go for a swim. Did I fucking walk into a wall? much. I walked into the door. I'm just a. Oh my god.
I feel like for some of these stores, I feel like I've run into a couple like this before. I feel like some of these are, there must be like multiple people a day getting zinged by these. Did you react to that Rampage dude's kid fucking that guy up? Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Are you Radiohead?
Streamer throws child repeatedly.
Bro, get away! Look at that's it! That's the shot! Yes! Oh my god!
What?
Dude, it's cinema the whole way down. Look at, oh my god. Look how it goes.
Okay. Rip. Okay, tomorrow I'll be earlier, guys, I promise. Oh, we'll do the Ethan. I'll look up all that shit tonight. Toad, ride, tattoo, bar, mole, foot, heel, badger, rat, hairy, step, scar, creep, piercing, bug, skunk. Okay, you can badger somebody, bug them, ride them, right? Rat, hairy, step, creep, piercing, scar, skunk them? No. Badger and bug, right? Hairy. This is not it. This is not a thing. Skunk somebody? No. What a wasted guess. And it's going to be one off. God damn it. God damn it. Badger, bug, ride. Toad somebody? Tattoo somebody? Bar somebody? Mole somebody, foot somebody, foot the bill, bar, heel somebody, rat somebody, hairy somebody, step, scar, creep, and piercing. Oh, distinguishing marks at least. Hold on, we'll come back to this. Like a tattoo, a mole, a scar, and a piercing. Okay. This was one away. Right, bug. Heel? Hairy? Oh my god. Step stool, toadstool, footstool, and a bar stool. I'm a god. Easy. Boom. Okay. And then... Right. Badger. Bug. This is not it. Rat. Creep. Hairy. Heel. Are these like song names? Stop creeping on me, bro. Stop healing me. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh my god, rat, badger, bug, skunk. Things that are like small and scare people? Ah! A real jerk. What? A creep, a heel? Oh, like playing the heel? Come on. A rat? Who says that anymore? And a skunk? That guy's a skunk. Really? Who says that? And pester. You can badger somebody, bug somebody. Stop riding me, dude. Harry? He's harrying me. Stop harrying me, man. What does that even... What does that mean? Boom. 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 Fuck. 25 seconds. No! 20 seconds. Easy. Okay. What is this stupid shit? Easy. Fuck. Fuck. Are there ever multiple solutions to the same one? Or is it always like there's only one way to solve it? What? Okay. 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 Holy shit, I saw through the fucking Matrix on this one. I think I might actually be in the Matrix in this one. Maybe. Wait. Maybe. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. No, not that. Oh no, wait, yeah, that. Is it? Oh my fucking god. Holy shit! I feel like I can throw up a 960 right now. Hold on. God damn it. Fuck this broken keyboard. Alright, we'll be back tomorrow. Be careful. Stay safe.